We have 4 primary learning objectives today. 1, the importance of warming up. 2 is going to be the importance of flexing your lower lumbar while you lift. 3 is going to be taking a deep breath while you lift. And then number 4 is going to be the idea of lifting in 2 dimensions, which is kind of precludes twists, right? So we're going to start with the warm up. And y'all are athletes to some degree, pro athletes at that, because you're paid to use mental and physical exertion. If you were just working at an insurance company, you'd only be getting paid to use your mind, more or less. So the term that many people use is industrial athletes, whatever. Point is you're an athlete. So you gotta remember the importance of warming up. One thing about warming up that's important to know, this is, when you hold a position like this, it's called a static stretch. Static stretching is not something you want to do before exertion. That is a post-workout stretch. We use dynamic stretching to warm up. Dynamic stretching means movements as a way to stretch. It gets blood flowing. When people say blood flowing, it's a colloquial phrase to mean getting lubrication in your tendons, your joints, your elbows, whatever. If we were, think about us like robots. Like old school robots, we need oil in our joints. And to the extent that we get oil in our joints is the extent that we're safe while lifting and performing activities. So I'm going to show you a sequence called Agile 8. And Agile 8 is not everything that you could do, but it's a really good 15-minute regimen that will get 80% of the really important stuff in your body. So we're balancing time and returns, right? You can do more, but this is a good sequence. And I'll add this, I believe so strongly in warming up that y'all may do this on the clock. So you can do it at home in the morning and add 20 minutes to your time. You can do it on the job site. You can do it here when you get here in the morning. But if we can even prevent a few back injuries this year, it will have been worth the cost. So you have my open invitation to warm up on the clock. This sequence is called Agile 8. I'm going to run through it real quick, but I'll also post reference documents on the wall, in Slack reference channel, and it'll go on the LMS. All right, cool. Let me show you the rundown real quick. And Andrew, if you want to move it closer, you can, just for the sake of the video.
Okay.
So, we start with the foam roll. And foam rolls are a great way to open up your muscles. We've got 3 different kind of foam rolls here. Softest, medium, hardest. This is not a foam roll. This is just a roll. You probably want to start with the softest. And the first muscle group we're going to hit is the IT band. That's the outside of your leg. And we roll. Everything's done in 15 to 20 increments. That's either 15 to 20 seconds or 15 to 20 movements. So we do first both legs on the outside. I'm not going to do the whole thing. Then the second muscle group we hit is our adductors. So we're here, you lay like this, and you're rolling this way, both sides, 15 to 20 passes. Then we move to lacrosse balls. These are like foam rolls, but they're smaller, more concentrated. You can use these in a variety of ways. But for this exercise, we're going to do it as so. Put it on the ground, set it up one butt cheek, and roll it around in the fleshy parts of your butt. And it's going to hurt at first. Take it easy, you'll get better at it. 15 to 20 seconds, rolling around in there. That's going to open up a lot of your muscles in a very important part of your posterior chain, it's called. All right, from here we do hip rotations. All right, hip rotations are this way, this, and then we go the other way, and we do both sides, and we do that 15 to 20 times. And again, we're getting a ton of blood circulation in our hip joints, which translates to our lower back, translates to our femurs. Really, really good movement happening in that region. Next 2 things are just movements. One is purely a movement, the other is a dynamic stretch. So we do ice climbers. Ice climbers is this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 15 to 20, whatever you got time for. Then we hit this one. I don't know what they're called. I call them frogs. We're just here, and we do this 15 to 20 times. And then when we get done on our 15 to 20, we hold for 15 to 20. Not long enough to be a serious static stretch, but a little stretch. Sorry, getting winded. All right, then we do an exercise that's going to hit the back, and it's going to hit some of the muscles in our hips. They're called rollouts. Touch your toes, V, roll out. You might want to start here, but try to get wider and wider as you go. And there we go, we hold 15 to 20. So 15 to 20 movements, hold 15 to 20. All right, final item, which is actually 3 items, but I didn't invent this, so we can blame somebody else. These are flexion movements to get at some of our core and our spine, but we go 15 to 20 here, 15 to 20 here, 15 to 20 here. That's going to put the final piece on that. So, we hit the movements, which I'll post so you don't have to memorize that. We talked about dynamic stretching versus static stretching. What else did we hit? Foam rolls, balls, yeah. So hopefully that's helpful. What questions do you have on that piece?
Is there a difference in the blue?
Oh, this is a double ball to go down your spine. So you can roll it up and down your spine to hit those muscles that roll next to your spinal cord. And I'll add, this is not comprehensive, like I said. So you can add as many things as you want. Like you might do this. I also like to do a little bit of this. This is just extra that I do. And I'll rotate this way. And I'll rotate this way. You can do this with a rope. You can grab a piece of rope from the extra rope, so you can do it with a rake. You can do whatever you want. You can do synchronized rake movements for the client from their house. Turn on final countdown while you do it, loudly. But yeah, there's all kinds of other stuff. Like if time permits, I'd recommend doing yoga like daily. I just don't have that kind of time. 15 minutes I can make happen. I can't make 75 minutes happen. Cool. All right, let's cut the video there. So